So today we're taking another look around the server. In fact, this is the first server tour of this Obiter season that we've been working on. In this one, the players have had to either head into space to play in PvP mode or stay on the planet and enter into a PVE. Either one is filled with challenges and exciting little skirmishes. So let's take a look around the BOM base to have a look. To start with, they've got this giant ship under construction in this section over there. You can see they've got their little welding ship slowly scanning through the layers. You can see the welders tucked in that little house in there behind that glass screen. Very cool indeed. And then them large cargo containers connected up there for more supplies. Over at the base platform, they've got this kind of little hut type studio, as well as a nice welding spinny rotor thing there to weld up ships. We've got the Obiter sign over there. We've got a lovely LSG logo. Likehouse and this team have really done nice with this little facility, using some of the nice LED light strips or the neon sort of bars. A to-do list over in that corner, and then we actually start working into the guts of the base. But we'll go upstairs first. You've got a little sleeping quarters, and you've got the exotic room up here. You can see different crew members with different rooms around the facility. Always cool to have. It's a nice little custom thing. You see a lot of people do that in different games. They've got the hydrogen storage down there. But let's actually enter into this base. So as we go through this asteroid, we jump down into the shaft. I'll turn the light of the spectator camera on, and you can see we've got a number of different ships tucked in here. So different players, of course, working on their own personal designs, and then it enters into their production facility. Quite a nice, well laid out one with optimized production. You can see as all the refinery components have been stuck on the side there. And as we continue working through, we've got various staircase areas that lead us back up into the central room. But what's quite cool about this facility is actually, I believe they've undocked them now. They had these cool sort of missile rock sticks. Let's see if I can find some. So we have got missile barge. Here we go. One's been tucked around over here in this asteroid area. You can see they're both hidden inside there. Very cool indeed. So these are individual missile pods. So this could be a serious strike on a player's base if it could make it through the defenses. They've got a cool little entrance area here, as well as a respawn bay and a cockpit right here. Cool little concept. You don't see too many things like this in SE. So let's continue on to the next base. So next up we actually have Fed. There's a few factions, of course, we're missing out here, but we can't fit everyone in this video, and that's just one of the sad truths about it. So as we head over to the Fed temp drill, that should load us the Fed base. So there it is. You can see it's slowly popping into the terrain. They have dug a massive area out under the ground. So in front of the Fed's base, they've got some very scary things taking shape over here. Oh my god, what's that? That's the face of a Conrad on a Thomas the Tank. Oh god, that should be deleted. So coming back up here to the Fed's base, you can see they've got some wind turbines, a little bit of protection, because if they're part of the planet, they're part of the PVE element, and they're going to get attacked by DRF units. So as we come down here, we've got this cool sort of block-like dog. It looks a little bit like the new puppy I've got, to be honest. And as you can see, we go up here, we've got some bits stuck around, as well as catwalks, because there's no jetpacks on this server. So for all these ships that are docked on these higher levels, they need to be accessible. Coming down here, we've got this really cool looking ship, complete with a cockpit here and medical bay around the back. We've got a few more interesting designs here. I really like this orange and white sort of colour scheme with the cockpit tucked in there behind the glass. Very cool indeed. So as we work our way through here, you can see in loving memory of, I guess, the various different ships that have been destroyed. We've got two more of these larger ships here. These look like they've got like these little warhead type bombs on here. Do these get... oh, they get cut off by the Gatling guns. Very cool. So let's have a pop around and see if there's any more to this base. Sometimes you miss quite a lot if you don't have a look underneath. So we've got this segment in here. What's this about? Oh, it's a very shiny looking room. It's got like a bar. Don't forget to turn on the projector before you leave. Oh, so there must be some sort of projector. This is maybe a dance hall? A DJ room? Very cool indeed. Nice little base from Fed there, and whatever that creation down there definitely needs to be deleted. So let's continue on. We have got NBS to go to. So heading on through, we might have to look for a few of the grids in case we've got ships and other things spaced out. They've got this really cool Star Wars style TIE fighter out here. This red sort of design. Really cool. Let's have a look here. We've got a giant thruster. So originally, all of these ships started out as the Obiter, but this one's took more of a blocky sort of format. It's like a big travelling base. So let's have a look inside. So this is production over on this side. We've got some narrow corridors that lead us down into the center, I'm guessing. Oh, we've got a whole labyrinth. We've got to have a hangar base somewhere for them to enter into this thing. Oh, we've got a small hangar tucked in the side here. Let's have a look in here. So we've got a ship mounted on there. We've got a production facility. It looks like they're working on more Star Wars styled ships here. Got a cool little mini one down there. I really like the idea of this base. It's quite square on the outside, but the inside has this real industrial vibe to it. Now, what are these? They've timer blocked their production. And they've numbered them across. I can only imagine that's for some sort of alternative system. What's this? A little... Oh, this is like a little pad so you can drive around and work on things at higher platforms. And jump drive... Oh, it's a jump drive cooldown, maybe, perhaps? Very cool indeed. And that's... Oh, what we got going on in this hangar? We've got quite a large ship taking shape in here. Look at that. That is absolutely beautiful. We've got the cockpit housing up here at the front. I can't wait to see this finished. Oh, it's another Star Wars styled one. We've got the baby Yoda there in the cockpit. Let's have a look if there's an entrance ramp towards the back. Yes, there is. Folding ramp. It looks like we've got some sort of maybe doors or thruster seals to the left and right. And we've even got me who's spawned inside this one. Really cool little layout for this one. Very detailed. I can't wait to see this, what it looks like when it's finished. Alright, let's continue in having a look around and see what else will surprise us through this area. So we've had a look through the main body of this. I don't think there's anything else to see. I say that, but I always end up missing something out. So let's continue on. Let's head over to NOD, or Nod's base. So Nod have popped around on our server seasons for quite some time now, but they always bring different things to the table pretty much every time. So we've got a more desert sandy base. It looks like these guys are partaking in the PVE element of our server at the moment. Oh, it's very dusty over here. Let's see if we can use our powers and stop that weather. There we go. I'm very sorry. I think someone was working here in that sandstorm. Yeah, there was. There's Darth. Well, let's have a look at this base. So it looks like we've got a lot of cool interior turrets and platforms laid out. A lot of ships exposed on the platforms out here. If a DRF attack was to happen, wow, look at these guys. These are pretty damn cool. So you've got cockpits there. Have these got a troop transport capability, or are they just a large style fighter? Two large style fighters there. More defenses around the perimeter. There's some really cool ships that they've been working on. I really like the sandy deserty base, and they've got this sort of lookout tower up here with turrets so they can see the DRF come in. Very awesome indeed. Let's have a look inside their facility though. So as we work our way down, it looks like it's almost been suspended. So I guess this could be the hole that the Obiter created when it blew up. They've got tiny little fighters down here to deploy. Is this where the individual is working? They've made themselves a little pad to shuffle around on without the gravity. Taking gravity off on a server really makes a challenge for players. And up in this section, it looks like they've connected everything up. They built themselves another large hangar in this section and a DeLorean. Oh, I love it. Players are always up to crazy stuff. And they've also got big warning sign there in front of the 3D printer. Very cool indeed. Really nice base. I like how they've reinforced the sides with extra armor to prevent the DRF attacks. A really nice outpost here with some really cool inner workings as well. Oh, is this like a little control room that they've got going under here? Oh, that's lovely. And then they've got some cargo storage down here in this section. It's so easy to miss things. There's so much detailing going on in each one's creation. And then we've got the pad underneath there as well. Really nice base there from Nod. Let's head on over to RAB. So bringing up our admin menus, go to our entity list, and let's have a look at RAB. So some people last time were working out how do I choose where to go to, what makes a base be able to be featured in the video, and what I'm really looking for is just different, unique and exciting things to have a look at. Bases that are quite square might not get a look in as much as a base that looks really super weird. So that's something to consider into it. So RAB now, these guys have got quite the facility going on down here. So outside they've got these cool like ruins as well as a bunker out here. This little bunker type defense system. They've got ruins of a building over here. I'm not too sure if this was from an event. It looks very cool indeed. Or maybe it could just be part of the set piece. Got the ruins going on over there. You've got some defensive structures. You've got a large ship outside to defend, a small hangar with another sort of police car, hover car in there. Awesome. And then we've got this corner door design as well as a grinder pit there to the left. So when the corner door opens up, they have absolutely stuffed these things with really important ships that are really vital to their survival, such as this John Deere tractor. But you can see players build so many ships, and then after a while they need a little bit of a relax. So this is a welding ship with joint arms, with large grid welders. Very nice indeed. What we've got going over here, we've got some other sort of ship designs. We've got pretty much everything. People love building Star Wars inspired designs as well, don't they? Now that is cool. Look at that. That's like a little transporter with the seats, a luxury transport around the base or around the planet. And since this is PVE type scenario, it means you can go and visit other players without a giant threat of worry. So that's a little bit of a secret escape door. We've got more ships tucked in up here. Some more cool designs here. Little speeders for getting around the planet to various different events and whatnot. And then we've got a 3D printer down in this area. We've got, looks like maybe, what's this? What does this sign say? Ground vehicles, airborne pickup spot. We've got some other various ships down here. Is this even a transport truck? Well, these are awesome. We've got a large ship cargo container over here. And we've got another sort of cargo vessel. A lot of these look like they're straight from Dual Universe if you've given that game a go. Going into this area, we have ourselves a little luxury home underwater, perhaps. It's got wood floors, furnished, complete with rotating LCD screens. Wow, a lot of time and effort's been put into this little facility, and I absolutely love it. Let's have a look at this little garage here. Oh, and they've got a little truck in there. Oh, lovely. When players come up with stuff like this, it's just damn awesome. Let's continue on. So we've had a look at NOD, we've had a look at RAB, so let's continue on through our list. Now there's a faction that always confuses me, it's RSB, because RSB and RSA, for some reason, I always get mixed up between them. So this one looks and feels like Mr. Spices. He's a constant player on the server, always getting stuck in with his Castilian traditional type building style, I'd call that. I don't want to insult him. More traditional, so we see castles, battleships, and all sorts of different crafts from him, and traditional looking, I wouldn't say steampunk trucks, but I'd say more of a, you know, make it up for yourself. You can see it's more of a classic truck design. You see it's got the engine at the front, it's got the battle bus components in the back, and I think it's got some cargo in there as well. Cool little castle fortifications, complete with a runway up at the front, and it looks like he's working on some stuff back here as well. So he's built himself a little tractor. Is this actually something else hidden inside it? No, it is just a little tractor. I thought it might be a floor welder or something else. And then we've got a giant drill vehicle inside here as well. Cool little outpost. What's going on up here? So we've got like a little living quarters area yet to be furnished. Oh, they're having a sleep. I better not interrupt them. But yeah, a cool little base. It's got a really nice exterior starting to take shape with these castle type fortifications. Everyone seems to love to live underground though. So, talking about living underground, we're going to now be heading to SWI. Now, SWI, we know Shay. She does some funky creations. She did the dragon in the last one. So, let me just have a quick look. Her and her team have been working very hard, as usual, to create some crazy things. So, let's see if we can find it. So, Aaron's stuck on the list. SWI. Let's head on over. So over at the SWI base, you can see they're out on this lake. We're actually going to rotate the sun around, annoy some players on the server, get the sun rotated around. So SWI tend to go for quite an organic style. You can see part of the Obiter there that's been harvested by them. You can see they've got these cool turrets with the organic-y sort of feel as it flows across the ground and terrain with this catwalk flowing into the bunker itself with the various different organic parts of it. You can see it almost looks like parts of the Obiter here are being harvested within this area, or they've been pretty much plugged in. Very cool indeed. I really like this idea. You see we've got the cargo container housing. In this we've got the battery storage that's been plugged into that section, and over here is the habitation pod. Maybe the central area has been extracted from that, I'm not too sure. Very cool indeed. You can see the little tower comes up. Let's tuck ourselves underground and see if we missed anything else. No, some really cool creations though around here. You can see they've got this little welder. So this welder can weld up in, of course, layers as things start to be completed. So from SWI, let's head over to TMI. TMI. Where are you hiding, TMI? Let's find you. Here we go. So I wanted to see this one because it was a bit weird. It was just a bar out in the middle of the desert with Conrad's face on the side. So if you don't know who Conrad is, Conrad's one of our head admins on the server. And of course, people like to have a little bit of banter. Oh, that's not Conrad's face. Conrad's not a toilet. He is inside here. Look, they've tucked him in a little spacesuit. They've got a pool table. They've got a fully functioning bar. And he's just out here in the middle of the desert. What a unique, cool thing with a few turrets and a few ships to defend it. And I checked underground to see if it was like a hide for anything else. But no, it's just someone said to build a bar in the middle of nowhere. So moving on, we're going to go to TNT. So TNT. Right, let's have a look at what they're up to. So we've got a buzzing bee to look at. TNT have actually stuck with quite a lot of the regular Orbiter design and incorporated that into the base, and this is something really nice to see because you can see the parts of the Orbiter within their design itself. We've got a cool little scoop grinder type bulldozer vehicles with the doors as well. It's really awesome indeed. And you can see they've got these long areas of the Orbiter that they've actually turned into landing pads. Look at the detail on that ship, it's fantastic. You've got these smaller little fighters here with the 6 Gatling gun turrets on each of them, quick disposables to use in a fight against the DRF when they attack. The printer is over here. It's like everything they need in a very compact package. Under here we've got more ships ready in storage. They've got quite a bit to do to this base, but you can see there is a real nice resemblance to the original Orbiter, and they've of course stuck every single weapon under the sun to deter people from attacking, well, not people, the DRF, since they're in the PVE zone. So as we go under the ground, we of course have their production, their storage. I know people hate me revealing this, but it's all part of the server. And there we go, a lovely base from TNT. So that brings us to our final BHA. So let's have a quick look through and make sure we can actually find them. BHA, here we go. So hopefully we clicked on the right grid. This one really got my attention because it's quite a round like pod. It almost reminded me of, once again, another Star Wars type base design as it kind of floats on this desert terrain. We've got some cool little hovery type ships here with reverse thrusters, dual cockpits, and even cargo capacity for some troops inside here. Very nice indeed. It's just one. I think that's more of a protective cockpit in case the others get shot out. Backup cockpits are always super important. We've got a drill pod on the side of that platform, and this one looks like it's taken some damage maybe from a DRF attack. Over here we have got, oh, this is quite interesting. What is this? Is this cargo storage? Is it something that's being constructed? I'm just trying to work it out. It looks, maybe it could be a cargo transport to transport different ores. We've got a hangar over on this side, and remember, once again, this has all come apart from one of these crashed orbiters, and as we go inside here, it does look like they have had quite some attack. Yeah, that whole side's opened up. I couldn't see that from the other side. They've got a grinder pit here, still very recoverable, and it looks like they've got thrusters in here, so maybe they plan on launching this into the sky. Anyway, I'd like to thank you guys for watching. Let me know what you think of the creations you saw in this video.